Welcome, everybody, to Too Legit to Crit, a tabletop role-playing podcast hosted by two guys who, if we were to license our intellectual property to Tencent, we would get literally 10 cents.
I don't even think we'd get that much. We'd probably...
Stop.
We'd have to pay them.
Stop undervaluing yourself, Justin. I'd pay 10 cents for you.
Who says I was undervaluing myself? Maybe you offset me, so we have to pay them.
I mean, yeah, you know, I'm at this operation. I like to think I'm the brains and you're the sex appeal.
Oh, we're fucked. Couch says he'll give us 2p.
No, I'm considering it.
I don't think you can buy a penny sweet for that anymore.
Penny sweets, are they still a thing?
They just call it pick and mix now. It's not penny sweets anymore, but because they don't cost a penny. But I think even they're like 5p each now, something like that.
Oh yeah, it's abuse.
Well, it's not as bad as Freddo's.
Not as bad as what?
Freddo's. Do you remember the little chocolatey frog thing?
Yeah, that's the measurement of the UK economy is Freddo's.
They're like 50p now.
I mean, I was in another country when they were cheap.
They used to be 10p. 10.
And I'm assuming kids just got absolutely hopped up on fucking chocolate at 10p a pop.
Dude,
I remember when I was in school in the UK, there was a shop nearby the school, and that's where we always used to take some of our pocket money and buy sweets. And I remember there was one kid one day who had like £5, and he bought £5 worth of sweets.
Yeah,
and it was like he became instant fucking royalty.
Oh yeah,
because he was no longer whatever his name was. He was the kid who spent £5 on sweets.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Guaranteed his parents fucked him over when he got home, but who cares? He became a legend.
Yep. Well, I mean, he was a rogue. Like, he was a rogue. Right?
He was, you know. Way to bring it back to tabletop role-playing games, I mean.
I'm a professional.
You are indeed. So, speaking of the games we play, have you done anything in the Tatarupaga space over the past week?
I have not, because I have been very, very busy, and I've missed all of our games, which you well know. But I have been doing some fun thought experiments, which we're going to go through in a little bit.
Okay, I like the fun thought experiments. I do. So as for me, we played. Couldn't play on Wednesday because of the voice issue.
Yes.
I could play on the Thursday. We played some Fabula Ultima, which sadly you were there. Although, thanks to your absence, I came up with the greatest joke ever. So thank you for that.
Do I want to know?
Oh, yeah, in your chair, basically, the pinboard that we've got for Delta Green, we've just basically put in your chair. So that's what we've been referring to the board as Justin. And at one point I went, Justin looks a bit bored.
Wow.
And it was as glorious as that. It was amazing.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I could inspire that horrendous joke.
Dude, it was everything you'd ever want in a joke.
Yeah. It was top board.
So Couch has just put in the chat that he bought 5 pick and mix. And it came to 55p.
Jesus, that's insane.
11 fucking p a sweet.
That's insane. I was thinking like 5p a sweet. That's insane. Justin's looking a bit blue.
Yeah, because it is a blue.
It's a blue board. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm glad I could provide you with some entertainment in my absence. So,
you did. Then on Saturday, I got to talk to our friends over at Crossing the Nerdverse.
Yes.
Obviously, you were doing dad duties, so you weren't able to join us. But you know, I will keep you updated with.
Yeah, you give me some updates, and I hate you very much.
An update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate you very much.
It's all right. It's all right. We I mean, we may as well share some of the pictures, but yeah, Justin's character looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
I knew that's what he always wanted, so I provided. And you know, any objections?
Looks like my first character's gonna die.
But it's you. Your characters are gonna die anyway.
No, I know.
What else? Oh, and yesterday I played, went back to the homebrew. A bit of a filler session where it's just a bit of travel, a bit of combat, which, you know, it has to happen every now and again. But that is nearly on the last leg now, and I'll be wrapping that up in the next couple of months, I do believe.
Nice. That'll be good.
That is my Tatarupaga news.
Lovely. It sounds like you had quite the week.
I did, and we've got quite the week ahead of us.
We do, which I'm very looking forward to.
Yeah, because on Sunday we are going to be recording once again.
Yes.
Another couple of episodes of the Crit List. This time with our good friend Stefan, who's going to bring Covenant Crucible. And I can't wait. Yeah.
See, and with that in mind, it's what kind of led me to this thought experiment that I wanted to bring up. Building myself as a character in game, but with like accurate stats for me.
Yeah.
Now it's always tricky, right? Like because like you don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm just 20s across the board, because that's bullshit, right? Like it just is. But like there's so many little things that like you don't think about. Like, you know, when it comes to like dexterity, I would not class myself as a dexterous human being. However, I did perform magic. I did perform magic for a living, right? Exactly. But when it comes to other shit, like I walk into walls. So it's always really tricky to quantify. But then you gave me a great idea. Stop trying to do it in like a fantasy setting and do it in something based more in reality-ish. So we had the idea of building ourselves in Delta Green.
Yeah, I mean, because the problem is when you start looking at stats in something like D&D or Pathfinder, the average person in those systems is 10 or less.
Yeah.
So, you know, to actually have any stats worthwhile is got to be, you know,
superhuman. Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, Delta Green, don't get me wrong, neither of us are getting 18 on fucking anything. But it does it's a bit more of a realistic base.
Yeah.
So we are actually going to build characters. We're going to build ourselves in Delta Green.
Yeah.
Obviously, for privacy purposes, some creative liberties will be taken.
Yes. And for some legal reasons, things will be not said, because I legally can't say what I do for a living.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna just, I do too legit to crit for a living.
It's true. He does. He does a lot. He does a lot.
That's my second job, the one that doesn't pay.
The one that pays nothing.
The one that pays in good vibes, to be fair.
The one that pays in exposure. Literally.
Yep. I mean, until this happened, the only other type of exposure I would ever be likely to get would involve a trench coat and a park.
Yes. Accurate. Or like the people that we used to see at work when we worked in the clubs.
There was a lot of exposure there.
There was plenty of exposure there.
There was plenty of exposure.
Explosion. Explosion. Is that like exploding exposure where the clothes just like fly off?
That's just when exposure goes everywhere. Again, back to the club days.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, because, dude, we had some wild things happen when I definitely did, especially like hen parties and stag do's. They were the worst.
I mean, we didn't do many stag do's. Hen parties, we did a fair few.
Yeah.
But it was always the end of the night, the last minute ditch for somebody to hook up. and things would happen.
Yep.
It'd be a case of, so he had his fingers in where? Sort of like, and yeah, and then people were surprised. Why am I getting bad?
Yeah. Well, funny you ask.
funny you ask. There are 2 reasons why.
Right, moving on swiftly.
Never moving on, because that is another podcast.
Before all our channels get deleted. So we're going to build ourselves in Delta Green.
Yeah, we are.
So yeah, in terms of the liberties that we are taking for creative rights, my character's name is Justin Still, because I like the idea of his name on documents and such being Still, Justin.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm just gonna, people know my name at this point, but I am gonna use my nick. I'm gonna use my social media name though, which is Natural Juan.
Juan Natural.
Juan Natural. All right. Okay, so profession. What are you gonna be boring and just put confidential? Or are you gonna come up with something fun?
I mean, technically, my profession is confidential.
Yeah, but it's a Delta Green thing, so you're gonna use kind of like a Delta Green, like within the narrative of Delta Green, don't we? So
yeah, true. So I've got my PDF up on the screen for listeners to have a look at, for while I build this out.
Yeah, I should have done mine. I should have got mine set up in OBS, and I didn't.
Fine. So I mean, yeah, profession. I mean, I could put like my profession as Waffler.
Yeah, we're both wafflers.
We are both wafflers of the highest order.
Wafflers.
Waffler of the highest order.
So do you think that's what we should call our listeners? Because I mean, every important podcast, I think the critical role as the critters. And...
So would that make our community the Waffle House?
Yes.
I said it and immediately regretted it. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
You said it because you knew I'd go fucking yes.
I did.
But isn't Waffle House a fucking brand that we won't be able to use?
Okay, what about like a waffle stack? So it's like a pancake stack, but for waffles.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
We'll figure that out. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know why I've gone into the hand guide.
So we need to go down the whole stats route, right?
Okay. So are we doing profession after stats, or are we doing profession first?
I mean, I've put Waffler as my profession.
Oh, you put Waffler as your profession?
I have, yeah.
Okay. I'll come back to it. Yeah, I'm going to put Waffler as well because, we're both wafflers.
Yeah, we are. That is what we do. It's what...
My employer is too legit to crit.
Mine is confidential.
My nationality is Espanol.
Mine is South African because that's what I am.
Actually, I'm going to put Waffler in education and occupational history.
Fair.
And I'm going to actually use a Delta Green profession, which will be... It is an agent, name, occupational history. All right, I'm trying to choose a profession. There we go. Anthropologist, computer scientist, Fed, scientist, special ops. I mean, I feel in the actual agent's handbook there are some more applicable ones, but I'm gonna put social media. Podcaster. Fuck it. There you go.
You building my character in your campaign.
All right, I'm a podcaster. Okay, so all right, let's go on to stats. Let's talk strength.
Strength.
What would you give yourself for strength?
See, I would say that I'm stronger than the average person, but I wouldn't say I'm strong, right? Like anybody who works out is going to be stronger than me, but just from years of like playing rugby and stuff like that, I am just naturally a little bit stronger than the average person my age and size. So like what would be because you know Delta Green a lot better than me. So your average human being, what would their strength be?
I mean, I think it's still kind of borders on like the average being 10 sort of thing. Maybe even lower. But it doesn't, like, going higher doesn't
make it superhuman. It's just you go to the gym, right? So I don't know, maybe like an 11 or a 12, I guess.
I mean, that sounds obviously there is going to be a bit of suspension of disbelief, but 11 sounds reasonable.
Yeah, we'll go with 11.
Yeah, 11 sounds good. Yeah, I think I'd be less for strength.
I don't see how you would be less. You go to the gym how often?
Well, lately, fuck all. But yeah, I used to, but not long ago, I went 3 times a week, but
exactly.
Now
there's no way that you are below average.
I don't know.
Or average.
All right, okay. All right,
I would say you're at least me or stronger.
All right, so okay, just based on that empirical evidence of I do more exercise than you, we'll say 12, yeah?
Yeah, we'll go with that. I like Couch. Couch is saying that he'd give himself a 16 because this is a true story. When we used to work together at an electrical retailer, when he got angry at me, he would throw washing machines at me. Not tumble dryers, the light ones. He would throw washing machines, the ones with the big concrete slabs in them. So I'd be happy to give you a 16, maybe even more, if I'm honest.
Fair enough.
Like, those things are heavy. Right. Constitution.
Right. Constitution. All right, what do you think?
I don't think I've got a very strong constitution anymore.
See, I think I do. I think the exercise I eat healthy-ish. I mean, don't get me wrong, my body isn't exactly a fucking temple. It's more like a roadside inn. But I do try and like look after myself, especially since turning 40. It's like I'm gonna die soon.
Yeah, see, I think I used to think I had a really I would be good with a decent constitution, but I think in recent times I've had so many injuries over the years. Like my thumbs, I've broken this one 8, this one 10. Stuff like I've got so many like weak points in my body now. I think I'd have to go probably a little bit below average, so maybe like an 8 or a 9.
All right, I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna give myself, I think constitution, I think probably a 13 or a 14. I'll go 13.
Yeah.
I think 14's taking the piss.
Right, dexterity. Now, I don't see myself as very dexterous. I've got dexterous hands. That's about it.
I don't even have that. I've got 0 dexterity. I've got such poor fucking body coordination. Like, yeah, no. I'm gonna go 8 for me.
See, but I don't know what to, because like that's the thing. The rest of my body is not very dexterous at all. I just have very dexterous hands. So like my hands are like an 18. The rest of me is like a 2.
Oh, okay. So let's split the difference and we'll call it 14.
Yeah, because the middle of 18 and 2 is 14.
Well, we know where I'm going to land on the intelligence scale.
Yeah, we figured that one out. All right, I'll go with you on that one, 14. I think maybe I'm being too critical of myself. I do. Yeah,
14. I'll give you 14.
Do that. All right, intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay, despite the ridiculous math that I did.
Next.
I do. To be fair, I do consider myself quite intelligent.
I'd agree. You're quite an intelligent guy.
I think probably that would be one of my 2 highest stats.
Yeah.
I already know what my highest are. I think intelligence is one of them. So
yeah,
I'll
give you that.
15.
I'll give you 16.
Ooh.
I'll give you a 16.
Aren't you generous?
Just because I want you to give me a high score too. No, I mean, like, again, right? I think, yeah, when it comes to intelligence, I feel like I am quite an intelligent person. So it's just, again, it's really hard on something that you are quite good at to give yourself a score, because then you're like, you don't want to seem like you're just being like big headed, but I'm an 18 in that one. Definitely most intelligent man on the planet.
I'd pin you as intelligent.
So what score would you give me? That's the important question, because I don't want to give myself a score.
I think to avoid any sort of arguments, I'd give you a 16 as well.
I'll take it.
You know, just because then we're going to kind of get into who's more intelligent, you or me. And, you know, so I think if you give me a 16, I think it would only... I don't see myself as more intelligent than you, so I think it would be reasonable.
I'd agree with that. I think like we both have areas where we're more intelligent, vice versa, right? Like, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Right,
okay,
power.
So power, so that's willpower.
Well, I think we both have a pretty good willpower though, because like we both quit a lot of like vices that, especially like in this country, it's so baked into the culture here, like to go out drinking and stuff like that. For us to not do that, I think shows tremendous willpower.
Yeah, and I quit smoking as well. I don't know if you ever smoked.
No, not really. Only when I was drunk. So I guess by quitting drinking, I've quit smoking as well.
All right, so I'm 14.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
14 on both.
Charisma. 18s.
I think
18s across the board.
I do figure I'm quite charismatic.
I mean, like, let's be honest, right? We oh, hang on. We're getting an error on YouTube right now. It could be my internet though. If somebody in chat could let me know if it's still going strong, because I have got errors.
Okay, I mean, I've got the YouTube feed open. And I've literally just seen you turn around and mouth, "I'm getting an error on YouTube now."
Okay, fair enough. Well, okay, it's back. So we're good now. So that was a weird thing. Cool. Well, moving on.
So 18 on charisma, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Okay. So I mean, obviously we can do the derived attributes. So let me have a look. Okay.
Because hit points is average of strength and con. So add them together, divide by 2.
Okay, so 25. So 25 divided by 2, so that'll be 12.
So mine's 19 divided by 2. Is it's rounded up as well, right? So it's 10.
I rounded down.
It tells you to round up in the need to know. Yeah.
Ooh, so 13 hit points. I'm invincible.
Yeah, so I've got 10. That seems about right.
Yeah, fair enough.
That seems about right. So willpower is just equal to your power.
Okay, so 14 on that one.
So 14. Sanity points. It's the important one. Equals to power times 5.
Okay, so that would be 70.
We're pretty sane guys.
And the breaking point?
Breaking point is equal to sanity minus power.
Okay, so that would be 56 for me.
That would be the same for me, because we had the same sanity and power.
Yeah. All right, so are we going to go into a couple of skills?
Sure.
We can ignore the profession skills and just go, what would we be good at? Like, what sort of, how much would we have? I think accounting, I'd have to give myself at least a 30.
Yeah, see, I would have to give myself a pretty decent accounting score as well, because I was raised by a bookkeeper. So I've been using accounting software since I was like 15.
So I'm putting, I'm putting 30 in accounting and bureaucracy.
I'm gonna put 40 for my accounting.
I think we're both going to be pretty high in computer science.
Yeah, I mean, I studied it at uni, so
yeah.
What's the highest we can go?
I think the highest you can get, the highest you can reach in character creation is 80. But an 80 would be someone who has dedicated their entire life and got multiple masters. Oh, sorry, Dr. Still.
I've been doing it since I was 10. It's a long time. No, we'll put like a I don't know, like a 60.
All right. The rest of them are really. I mean, I'm not going to put anything in melee weapons and shit because
I'm gonna put something in drive because I've been driving a long time.
I'm going to put 0 in drive.
I'm gonna put my drive up to like 50.
Fair enough. What else? I mean, humans. I'm good.
Yeah. I think that's something we're both pretty good at. I'm gonna put 40.
Persuade 50.
80 was literally my job for 20 years.
Yeah, I mean that's reasonable. There's not really much more that's applicable to me.
Yeah, I think same for me really. Yeah. You're gonna add some foreign languages?
Yeah, that's actually true. I got 2 foreign languages to add.
So do I.
So Spanish and Catalan. Or should I say Castellano?
I'm just gonna put Afrikaans and Zulu because that's what we speak.
Fair enough.
One of the many languages that we have.
I'm gonna put 0 in search because I can never fucking find anything. I'm one of those people that just kind of goes, "Where's my phone?" as I'm holding my phone.
See, I'm really good at finding stuff for other people, but I lose my own shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just yeah.
Because like you'll be like, "Where's my phone?" I'll be like, "It's over there. You put it on the side like 2 hours ago, and then you went and did this and did that, so it's over there." But then like I'm like, while I'm doing that, I'm like, but now the question is, where the fuck are my keys?
I've put myself 40 in navigate because I'm quite good at finding bearings.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Occult. I've watched a lot of Supernatural, so I feel like my occult's pretty good.
100.
150.
I've watched Supernatural and Lucifer.
Oh wait, I forgot about Lucifer. 190. No, I reckon we could probably put that to 60.
Yeah,
I reckon so.
Yeah. Although we are being very generous in this, but yeah.
Of course we are.
All right, so how about what else we got?
I think I'm good with that. I think that's it. That's a solid character.
I'm gonna put 30 in swim because
oh yeah, actually yeah. I didn't even realize swim was a skill. I'm gonna put 30 in there as well because I'm also a pretty strong swimmer.
All right.
I wouldn't compete with anybody who actually swims a lot.
All right, so let's say we get 3 bonds each. Who would your bonds be?
Oh, see, I reckon.
Again, we're not using real people. Oh,
well,
maybe we are. We're not using people we actually know.
Well, that's the thing. I probably can because I think at least 2 or 3 of my bonds would be people we've talked about on the show. One of them would be you.
No.
I think another one would be Couch. I've known him for eons. And then the third one, I mean, there's quite a few for the third one to be.
So I was thinking more along the lines of let's just go batshit insane with it.
I mean, we can do that. I'm down for that.
You know, because
in that case, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. There we go. That's in there. Who else?
Jeremy Crawford. We're besties.
Well, because he keeps on like shooting down rules that he made. Here's a rule I wrote. It's wrong, but you wrote it. Yeah, but it's wrong. What?
Yeah, he values my opinion on D&D.
You actually have control of his Twitter account. That's why he keeps saying the rules are wrong. It's actually just you. No, the rules are wrong. Go play Pathfinder.
You know the whole OGL thing? That was me.
It was all you. All you. Yeah. You orchestrated the whole thing.
You know, I was on the phone to the Pinkertons to go get a magic card and everything. It was crazy. It was like, yeah, it's a playing card. I don't give a fuck. I want it back. Set the Pinkertons, damn it, and release the hounds.
Oh, you're starting to sound like Mr. Burns.
I mean, that and Wizards of the Coast.
Accurate. Right, anyway, I've got Ryan Reynolds. You've got Jeremy. Right, who's going to be my second one? So we've got Ryan Reynolds. I'm going to go with... You know what? Tom Holland. I reckon Tom Holland would be really, really fun. Oh.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to think of my
keyboard doesn't like me hitting spacebar, apparently. There we go. That was weird. So yeah, Tom Holland is going to be my second one. So I've got Deadpool and Spider-Man. Who you got?
Deadpool and Spider-Man. I'm gonna go ahead and say Ted Danson. I got Sanford and Cheers, damn it.
Well, I'm gonna go one better. I'm actually gonna take a character from a TV show, not the actor himself. And I'm gonna I'm taking Al Bundy from Married with Children. Because he's a fun guy. Because he's hilarious. He's basically us on TV in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, there are some videos floating around where it's like, holy shit.
Like, how did they get away with that?
It's like, whoa.
I think one of my favorites, though, was the scene where, like, his wife comes home and she's like, did you miss me? And he's like, with every bullet so far. Oh, there you go. That's my bonds.
All right. So you got character. Yeah, it's hard to pick a character.
Right. It is. It's difficult.
No, it's not. It's fucking easy. Crowley, motherfucker.
Oh, fuck. I'm so upset with myself.
You opened the door for characters, man.
I did.
I could have said Mark Shepard.
You could have. No, yeah. No, Crowley. Yeah. No, fair.
All right, so those are our bonds. those are our Delta character sheets. And these guys do not have any survivability whatsoever.
Oh, we're toast. We are toast the minute anything happens. But that's real. We would be. You and me are not equipped to deal with that shit.
I just love the fact that the sanity's so fucking high that like the weirdest shit's gonna happen and we're just gonna be there going, all right.
I think, to be fair, though, that accurately reflects having worked in like retail and nightclubs, because we are so used to crazy shit happening. We're just like, I'm just going to carry on working. I do not get paid enough for that shit. It's like, that one character that you told us about, that like he was just so dumb he didn't realize stuff was not normal. He's like, that's a weird dog. It's like, no, that's a hellhound. Like, that's us. We're just so indifferent that we're like, yeah, we don't even notice the tentacles coming out of the wall.
Yeah, that dog's got like, 3 heads.
Yeah. Hey.
More to stroke.
More heads for scratches, exactly.
More heads for scratches.
Couch has also put in the chat that he's watched Japanese supernatural dramas, so he's going to push his occult to 200. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think, I mean, but to be honest, Couch himself is superhuman at this point.
It's true. It is true. That's an accurate statement.
So I don't think it's fair. I mean,
We're rolling with Superman.
That's it,
But yeah, no, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Building ourselves was fun.
I think next time we should pick another system and do it.
Yeah, definitely. That was fun. I enjoyed it. And I think as well, like, I'm going to use, like, when my character in your Delta Green campaign dies, I'm bringing in me. Like, I'm coming. I'm coming.
So you're just going to bring in another backup character because...
I'm dying like immediately afterwards, yes. Because I'm well aware as well that the minute I show up with that character, you're going to gun for him as well because you want to kill me for realsies.
Hey, what the Eldritch Horrors do, nothing to do with me. I am merely a
conduit for their will. Yep, you're a conduit for their will.
Once the King in Yellow starts, what can I say? Just roll the dice and watch you suffer.
Yes. Well,
I can't wait to play Delta Green again.
Now that we've got that out the way and we've got our lovely characters, should we head on over to the notice board and see if there's anything there?
We can take a look at the notice board. All right, who is going first?
Well, we roll for that. You know this.
I know we do.
I have dice today.
I've got dice as well.
I have
and
this one.
I got a red one.
Mine's blue and purple, so I win.
Okay, fair enough. All right. I'm rolling. That's it. That ain't great, my dude.
Is that a 7?
That's a 7. Is that a 3?
That is a 3.
That is a 3. So that is par for the course then. On Justin rolling.
Fuck's
sake. All right, so I'm going to cheat a tiny bit today.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to cheat a tiny bit because I've actually got 2 things to talk about that are related.
Ooh.
Right. So let me bring up Trello because I want to get everybody's names correct and whatnot. Okay, so we were contacted by Andrea Popovic from Print and Play Games. And he wanted us to take a look at D.U.M.B Squad.
Love the name.
Which...
appropriate for us.
I saw it. I saw the name and went, yeah, well, no, that is a bit of us.
Yeah.
I mean, either it's a game that we're going to be really interested in, or he is literally describing us.
Or he's built us as a system.
Yeah, basically, he's done what we've just done and just kind of gone, there you go. So, D.U.M.B Squad is a one-page tabletop role-playing game. It's like one of the pamphlet games that are getting they're getting quite a lot of traction as of late. And essentially, you've got flawed experts. They are these aliens, essentially, and they are trying to stop an imminent danger. Might be a bomb going off, a sentient toilet seat from taking over all the toilet paper in the world.
Oh, I love that.
But something like that, and they have 10 minutes in which to do it. So part of the game is you put a timer on. You've got 10 minutes.
I like that. All right.
So I got in touch with Print and Play Games, and they were really kind enough to send us a review copy.
Oh, nice.
All right. It is absolutely fantastic. I don't want to share my screen because it will boot you out of thingy, but maybe I can quickly. No, I don't think I've got any scenes set up on OBS. But it is on DriveThruRPG. So if you were to go to DriveThruRPG and search for D.U.M.B Squad, you'd get a preview and you'd get images of what this pamphlet looks like. It is really cool, really crisp, really clear and concise. So you are a team of like these flawed aliens called eggers. All right. So you are experts who more or less know what you're doing when it comes to preventing nuclear core meltdowns.
More or less know what we're doing.
More or less know what you're doing. So it's all based on 1d10. You roll 1d10 for everything. So when you start, you roll 1d10, and 1, 2, 3, you become a blue egger, who's more sort of small, nimble. 4 to 6, you're the yellow egger, who are slow, big, and strong. Or the 7 to 9, you've got the bro droid, who are indifferent and cold, but they've got base computers. Now, each of these have pluses and minuses to the different skills which you can roll, which I'll talk about in a minute. All right. Then you roll another d10, and that will give you a your flawed expertise. So just to one, like there's one that's poor eyesight. There's another one that's you're a polyglot. You're a polyglot, but you've got a slow. You speak really slowly, which I fucking love. Then there's like stupid but charismatic and resourceful. So you roll, and whatever you roll is the character you're portraying. All right. So then the dumber, which is their name for the GM,
I love it.
Has to roll 3d10 or 1d10 3 times.
Yep.
To select exactly what's going on. So there is 10 people that you get a call from. There are 10 like devastating things that are going to happen. And, you know, and then there are 10 sort of consequences to what happens if that goes off.
Yeah.
And so the dumber is the GM. I'm going to move on to the skills. Skills, you've got blabbering, strength, nimbleness, and technomancy.
Okay.
All right. So blabbering, obviously, and they went in blabbering. The first line of it is the ability to rapidly open and close your mouth cavity. Which I fucking love. I just love the tongue-in-cheek nature of it.
That's so good.
And then obviously strength, nimbleness, we kind of know, but the description for nimbleness is the opposite of clumsy. Which I like. And obviously there's more flavor. I'm just giving you the basic thing.
Oh, that's amazing.
But one mechanic I fucking love about this. So remember when I said you've got 10 minutes to prevent the end of the world, etc., right? You can actually go to the dumb shop and buy items which will help you further your goal. However, each of those items costs you time. So you've got 10 minutes. You've got 10 minutes on the clock. But if you were to buy a telepathic comm, for example, which would stop the game time for a single brief planning conversation amongst players, it's going to cost you 2 minutes.
Wow.
So then you've only got 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Left.
Yeah.
That is a fucking mechanic. You know, that I really like, you know, because your main currency
is time.
This game is time.
Yeah.
You know, you are racing quite literally against the clock.
Yeah.
Because when the game starts, the dumber goes 10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
And you've got 10 minutes to resolve this issue. And yeah, I just love the fact that you can buy things that will make your life easier, but at the same time, it's going to limit the amount of time you've got. I think that is a fucking sweet mechanic.
I think as well, what's really cool with it, because it's like, there's no prep time or anything like that, right? You roll everything there and then to play. It can be great for like those, you know, like those times where you're getting ready to start a session, but somebody's running late or somebody's had to run to the shop to get a snack or whatever, right? You can just quickly whip this out, roll some D10s, guys. 10 minutes on the clock. Let's go. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I've always kind of wanted to do, and I've never really got round to it, is a lot of tables, they will play a pre-game. To sort of get people in the mood, to get people sort of like, if you're going to jump into a D&D session or whatnot, some people play...
It's like a lot of brain power.
Of like certain card games, stuff to kind of like kickstart the imagination and kickstart the creativity. I think this would be fucking ideal for that.
I think it would, yeah. No, absolutely.
You know, you get sit around a table and just kind of go, all right, 10 minutes. You've got 10 minutes to figure this out. And let's get those creative juices kind of flowing. Let's get this game underway.
No, definitely.
But yeah, I think it is gorgeous. And I do love the front and back page kind of style of it, because it just it's one of these systems that is deceptively straightforward, but you could get a lot of fucking mileage out of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. I often find simplicity leads to greater variation, right? Because I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week. By trying to codify everything, you severely limit the possibilities.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then it kind of becomes very open, and you have that ability to just kind of go, sure. That sounds plausible. Let's just do it.
I like it. And I'm finding it, obviously I play a lot of Pathfinder, but I am finding it with that, especially now that we're doing more Blades in the Dark and more Delta Green and more sort of games that are very more open. About a narrative and a conversation rather than what does my character sheet tell me I can do.
Yeah.
And it's just like the pacing of the game is massively different. Even in Pathfinder, you might have a good roleplay session, and then all of a sudden combat starts and everything
becomes math rock.
Grind.
Yeah.
And D&D is exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the older style of games, whereas you've got this new generation coming along now with things like this. These indie developers coming along, and print and play games. This is one of their selection. They've got loads. And all these short pamphlet style games. So you just essentially pick your flavor. I mean, obviously the D.U.M.B squad is like a tongue in cheek sort of let's just fuck about sort of thing.
Perfect for us.
For us, that is
it's perfect.
That's what I mean. That's what we've been doing since day one.
Yeah, literally. We are D.U.M.B squad.
But they've got Holier, Brood Snatcher, Death Sands, Ghost in the Park, Anna Chris 3 and the Drinks of Godly Power. Just like going to their itch.io now. They advertise small, fast, and fun tabletop role-playing games.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. And having the clock on it as well, I love that, because it stops people kind of sitting there for 10 minutes. I mean, we've all had it, right? You sitting there for 10 minutes just going no, there's got to be a different way to approach this thing that we've been looking at for 20 minutes already. Just fucking do it.
Exactly.
And this, putting a clock on it and saying no, you got 10 minutes. Oh, well, in game time? No. I'm starting a timer. You have this amount of time. When that's up, it's over. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is just really, really cool. There was something I wanted to add on to that, but I kind of seem to have lost the link for it. But if you wanted to talk about yours and then kind of come back to me.
So mine is a bit of a follow-up from something that we covered a while ago.
Okay.
So several episodes ago, we covered a system called Sake.
Yes, I recall it.
Yes, because I was a big fan, because it covered a lot of the economic side of gaming, right? How to manage a kingdom or a town that you end up owning and all that sort of stuff, which is always a really cool thing to me. And in the latest thing that they sent us, they actually spelt out what Sake stands for. So it's Sorcerers, Adventures, Kings, and Economics is what Sake actually stands for, which is really cool. But what they've done is they have sent us the PDF for the module that they mentioned they would send us when it was ready. So it's ready. They've sent it to us. So we have said module, and I tell you what, it looks so cool. Let me just pull it up on the screen here for everyone to see. The artwork is fantastic. Like it just top tier. I absolutely love it. It's got world maps in here with, you know, that actually look like the kind of world map that you would have in real life. It's like an actual map of this world, not like some weird scribble or something like that, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, they have their place, but this is like, it looks like the kind of map you see in a textbook for a, like, so it's really cool. But they've got like a short history of the city that this whole module takes place in. And the module itself sounds really, really cool. So the module is called Crime Districts of Iron Gate, which is a dungeon crawl in the form of a city district. So you're dungeon crawling through an area of a city rather than down a dungeon, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
And an interesting take on that. So essentially what you do as you're going through this crawl is you're clearing out the original gangs and you're reclaiming your ancestral forge villa, which has fallen into the hands of a gang and they're using it as their headquarters. So essentially you're going, no, mine, piss off. And you're clearing them out as you go through to their HQ.
All right.
What's really cool with it, and something that I really like, is a problem that we've both found with modules, and we've mentioned it loads of times on the show, is you run a module, you've run it. Now what?
Yeah.
All of the encounters in this are rolled at the table.
Oh, so it's got
replayability.
Replayability. That's the word I was looking for.
It also, there are multiple ways of resolving every encounter. So it's not just a case of go in, hit, get to the end, right? Which means that even if you do happen to roll the same encounter, this group might not solve it the same way the last group did. And all of that is actually accounted for going through this. And it's just, it's so cool. I don't want to go too much into what happens in the actual AP because I want to play it.
Are you saying that this is a crit list?
It's absolutely a crit list.
Is this on the crit list?
It's going on the crit list.
Right. Okay. I will be making some calls then.
Yes, because
all right,
it's awesome.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if the designer isn't able to run it, would you be happy to run it for us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I will hold you to that.
It's beautiful.
We should. So I'm going to restrain from taking a look at this.
I'm just showing the artwork at the minute because it is just gorgeous.
I mean, looking at the artwork, that is absolutely phenomenal. And
this one's my favorite
because you know I kind of interact quite a bit with Rainer on Threads, and you know, so, I mean, he's been doing like 3D animations of like boats and stuff like that. I mean, it's a very talented individual, you know.
I mean, it honestly, it looks stunning. It flows really well. And like I said, the fact that there's so much replayability because there's no set path to go through this thing. It's very much actually like this AP is written the way we would build a campaign. There's a start point and an end point and a whole bunch of stuff that can happen in the middle. It's up to the players what happens.
I love that. And
so
I'm definitely excited for that. So we'll let me contact Rainer and we will try arrange something and just see how we kind of go about that.
Yeah.
So first of all, just want a quick shout out to the chat. Because we kind of got roped up, we haven't been interacting too much, to be honest. So the last thing was Couch saying that he's watched supernatural dramas, so he's going to push himself to 200.
Yeah.
Couch is no longer human. Couch is not a human person anymore.
It's true.
He has ascended like the mighty Saiyans of old.
Listen at you.
Actually, that brings me to the next point. Just a quick shout out to Eric from Crossing the Nerdverse, who's also in the chat. He posted something on Threads earlier about Vegeta being one of the greatest characters in any anime. And it's like, fuck yeah.
Sorry, one of. No.
I added the one of that.
The greatest. Yeah, the greatest. Oh, dude.
I was watching Abridged again last night. I was watching Abridged. Vegeta,
Abridged is so good.
Yes.
Do you really believe your own hype? I am the hype. I love Vegeta. He's my boy.
The favorite line is when Cell goes, "Oh, I bet you think you're pretty cute," and he goes, "Bitch, I'm adorable." Yeah.
Yeah, Vegeta's my boy.
So, yeah, definitely. We're big Vegeta. We're big Vegeta fans over here.
Yeah, we are.
He's definitely the hero of that show, and
oh yeah,
Goku's just a mass murderer.
I mean, yeah.
So, I mean, anyway. That's for another show entirely.
That's a different conversation.
But kind of going back to what I was saying. So I messaged Andrea regarding the D.U.M.B squad today. Just to kind of say, look, just to let you know, we're going to be talking about this on the show today. Do you have a review copy, which he sent me and all this? But he actually got me onto something which is fucking phenomenal. All right, he is part of a group in his hometown of tabletop roleplay and miniature enthusiasts and designers. And he actually put me onto it. It's called, one of my favorite names, Galactic Omnivore.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? So if you check out galacticomnivore.com, it'll tell you more about this sort of community that they've got, and it just sounds amazing. So it's Galactic Omnivore, or GO for short, is an egalitarian game development community by game developers for game developers. We are predominantly an English-speaking, transparent community where everyone is treated equally. Our aim is to have a high impact on the game development culture by creating humanitarian work conditions for our members and seeking efficient solutions for contemporary game development opportunities.
That's so cool.
That is fucking cool. And he did offer himself and maybe some other people of this community to kind of come on the show and talk to us one day.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we are definitely going to get something set up. So
yeah, definitely.
Big shout out to Galactic Omnivore. Hey, props on the fucking name. We love it.
I love the splash on the homepage as well as sick. Is so cool.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that is some badass artwork.
It is. It really is. Honestly, doing this show has taught me one thing. There are some super talented people out there.
And then there's us.
And then there's us talking about how talented they are. And like somehow that's a thing. Like literally, like we see here go, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, but we must do, dude. We must do it in a way that people enjoy. So
true.
I ain't gonna knock that. I'm gonna count my fucking blessings and just kind of go. As long as people are wanting to hear two idiots waffle on. Waffleites. Do you think that would work? No.
Makes it sound like a cult.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
Oh my god.
That's kind of what I'm aiming for, I want cult status. I want people to kind of go, we should have seen the signs.
Oh my god.
They were focused on a comet for far too long. But yeah, so it was, that was a really nice surprise and a really, really cool phone call to have.
Yeah, no, definitely. That sounds awesome.
So yeah, check them out, galacticomnivore.com. As for D.U.M.B Squad, from Print and Play. You can find it on DriveThruRPG for $3.23.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So 32 times more what we rate ourselves.
Yes. That was some quick maths.
There you go. That's that intelligence. that's my Delta Green intelligence.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Should we check out the lounge and see what they've got for us today?
I think we should.
All right. So today I do believe I am rolling a
3.
D6.
Yeah, 3 options.
Shit. I moved my phone. So
that's fine. I happen to have a D6 next to me on the floor somewhere. I saw it a minute ago. Aha!
I got a D6. I just lost the. I can get it back.
The will to live.
Dude, I lost that a while back.
I know. There you go. I got D6 for you.
Yeah, all right, then you roll your D6.
It's a little blue one.
Try not to fuck it up and get a 1.
I didn't get a 1.
You got a 2?
I did.
Ooh, Couch and Chat put, we are the Wafflets.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think that's a winner.
I think that might be. Do you know what we should do? I have a better idea. We come up with 3 or 4 options and we put it out to social media. Let them decide.
I don't think we're gonna beat Wafflets though.
I don't think we are, but we can put that on the list.
We'll put that on the list. We'll put Wafflets on the list.
Yeah, along
Wafflers,
Waffleites, and the Waffle Stack.
The Waffle Stack.
Yeah. Right. Anyway.
All right. So back to the topic.
Back to the lounge. Well, we don't know what the topic is.
Okay. So you said it was a 2, so that would be the main man himself. The main man
himself, indeed.
The Saiyan of our show.
No, that's me. He's the Piccolo, if anything.
Ooh, I think you two are gonna have to fight that out, to be honest.
Bring it.
Okay, so what's your favorite tool to bring to a game? For example, props, puzzles, etc.
I have a thing for this. Wait right here. I'll be right back. You talk. I'll be right back.
Okay. So while Justin goes off to find his fleshlight, because it's definitely going to be a fleshlight.
It's not.
A vibrating ring of some description, I'm guessing. You know, he does like to entertain himself while he's GMing.
Props.
I
love props and little minis and stuff like that. They're really fun to make as well. And especially like if you're doing some of the, like if I'm doing like handouts or whatever and I want to make them look like, you know, old paper or whatever, it's really fun to get like my little one involved and she gets to like throw shit all over paper and stuff like that. So it's like nice for me and her to like sit at the table and just like do art together. So I build stuff and bring those to the games. So yeah. That.
I mean, just a quick point to chat. Eric has put legit wafflers.
I love it.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I'm liking that one. All right, so you like props. I think for me it has to be sound. I think. And I think this is a side effect of playing online so much.
Yeah.
That obviously on Foundry you just got these playlists where you just hit play and things happen. But going back to playing at the table, I kind of realized there's something kind of missing.
Yeah.
You know, so like in Delta Green, I've tried to, okay, let's bring in some sound, let's bring in some, even if it's sort of atmosphere, because it really helps set a tone.
It definitely does.
You know, especially if you're doing Delta Green, you've kind of got the sort of discordant sort of creepy music in the background.
Yeah, you bastard.
It works really
It does,
well.
man. It does. And honestly, like it's one of the things from your games that I do really enjoy is your use of sound. It really does add to the whole experience because you've thought about it. You plan it out as part of the whole encounter. It's not something that you're just doing on the fly or anything like that. And I think that is an important thing when it comes to sound. Is a lot of people almost don't consider the sound that they're putting alongside whatever they're doing. Like they'll put on like a backing track and just let that play. They won't tailor it to whatever's happening in the scene or anything like that. And it really feels like that's something that you do, whether you do or not, I don't know. But that's how it feels as a player in one of your games, that the sound's always been tailored to the situation.
I think I've always found like having like that backing sort of underlying sort of sound, it does help with the silences as well.
Yeah.
Because even if, you know, I'm not exposing anything, you guys aren't actively talking, it stops the immersion breaking.
Yeah.
Because the way I like to use sound is I like to have it on a very low volume. So it's not going to disrupt, it's not going to take precedence. But the moment you stop talking, you kind of go, oh, I'm still hearing this. I'm still, you know, there is still an atmosphere, and you just kind of keep it going. And it works wonders for horror.
No, absolutely. And I think it's, you know, like you were just saying there, having it kind of just there for when the conversation does die out, like when we're all taking a moment to kind of think about the next step, or, you know, whether we're going to go look at the cupboard or the, you know, the room over there or whatever, when we're trying to figure out what that next step is, that tension's still building because we've still got, like, you know, that little piano build, or there's still that something there that's kind of making us go, need to make a decision. Fuck. And it's really, really good.
Yeah, so sound is definitely one. Obviously, handouts I like. I don't necessarily put a lot into the handouts, other than print them, cut them, and there you go. Only because I know that these are things that are just going to get discarded at the end.
It's fun.
However, when we do start Impossible Landscapes, there are a lot of handouts. There are 2 PDFs worth of handouts.
Nice.
So, and they're all different types. Some are pictures, some are notes, some are like scrap pieces of paper. So obviously there's going to be a lot more to do. Whereas now we're kind of going through the words, John. We are going through the individual operations.
Yeah.
So, you know, the handouts aren't necessarily meant for permanence, except for one that I've given you. In the first game, when we played the intro scenario, you guys found a recording.
Yes.
All right, and it was a recording that said a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
So basically what you've got now is a handout, and it is a transcript of that.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so that is on the board, which is
good to know.
Which is currently taking your place.
Yes.
You know.
And it probably rolls better than me, so, you know, there's that.
I'm not going to lie. You know, it got higher than a 3, so... Awkward.
Just gonna see myself out.
So Couch was insulted by you calling him Piccolo.
That sounds like a him problem.
So he's gonna try and fucking break you now.
He just did. He just insulted me massively.
I've just seen it as well. When you finally get back to a game, I'm just going to play Yamcha music at your character's turn. And that's going to be the soundbite.
I got
so
nothing.
Check out for that. So check out for that clip on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube Shorts.
Fuming. I've done so well this episode.
You did really well, and I was actually struggling to kind of find a short that would actually kind of work. But lo and behold,
last minute he got me again. Got me again.
Last minute I got you again. So can you think of like any more props? Again, maybe not something that you do have, but maybe something that you would like to have.
I don't know. I've kind of built my dream setup over there with like the raised TV and stuff. So I've got a lot of stuff that I've already kind of built. So anything now would just be like specifics for a situation or whatever. One thing I am wanting to build, because I think it'll be really fun, is with the same kind of stuff I've done to build like this out, right? I want to build some of the puzzle rooms that I'm using as actual like mechanical rooms. So using like magnets to complete a circuit or something like that. So if they put the statue back where it's meant to go, it completes a circuit which does something, and like actually building the mechanical puzzle room itself so that it's not just a prop for prop's sake. It's actually a functional version of the puzzle that they're trying to solve. Because I think that would just be another like kind of cool element to have, right? Because it means that they're not just that they can get hands-on with the puzzle rather than just trying to conceptually picture it. Because I think some puzzles you do need that hands-on feeling the puzzle, moving stuff around, and feeling like seeing I put it there and then the gears grind and click and then something actually pops open on the like prop that's in front of you. It would be quite a cool thing. So yeah, that's something I want to build, but it's a little bit beyond my skill level at the moment.
I mean, just kind of we have mentioned it a couple of times today. One of the things I wanted to do for Delta Green was have an actual evidence board. Yes. Yeah. Just because, I was kind of going, right, I want to lean into table gaming. I want to move away. Yeah, that sort of thing. And that is how it's going to manifest. I mean, I know I've got my laptop with me, but I am liking the fact that I've got a book. Yeah. And I'm reading from a book, and we're doing things a lot more old school. You guys have got physical character sheets. And a lot of it was, because I was looking at different solutions for the evidence board, whether it would be using Miro or even a VTT. And I went, you know what? Let's buy a corkboard.
Just buy a corkboard, yeah.
And it just so happened that Chris had one. And he's like, yeah, I've got one. We'll just use that. So that is going to be your evidence board, and that is where your evidence is going to go. And we've got pins. I'm going to get some twine, and you guys can actually refer to it whenever you need it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be so cool.
That is essentially a prop, and I fucking love it. Yeah. I think it just adds another level of, I won't say realism, but a level of immersion.
Immersion, yeah. No, absolutely. Because again, I think it's similar to like what I was saying with the puzzles, right? It's letting you get hands-on with the evidence in this investigation that you're having, which is really cool. And just something that popped into my head there while you were talking, because it's something that I would never have a use for, really. But like a lot of the it's something from one of the streamed like games, which is like the box of doom that Brennan has for his games. So when there's a really critical roll, he brings out this like special dice tray that they roll into, and it builds so much tension because it's now all eyes are on the roll. It's in the middle of the table. There's there's a camera on it. There's like, it adds the pressure, and like it wouldn't really work for a home game because it would just be like, say, okay, roll it in the open, essentially is what you're doing. But for that kind of game, it adds a whole new thing to it because it puts like a new level on that roll, which I think is really cool. So that's a cool prop, but it wouldn't really work for me.
That isn't a bad idea. Something like that, maybe something for stabilization. You know, when you're kind of rolling to stabilize, or like death saves. You know, maybe like a dice tower shaped like a casket.
See, I've always kind of I mean, I could model that. I've got 3 printers. I could do that. I've always liked to do death saves behind the curtain though, because I think it takes away some meta decisions that just creep in inherently. Because if you know that they've succeeded in 1 save and they've got 3 saves before they're dead, you might not prioritize rushing through to get them up. But if you know they've like failed to, then you're going to rush through to get them up. So it can influence decisions. So I like to keep it behind the curtain so you don't know. Because realistically, in the middle of battle, you're not going to be able to look over and really assess whether they're about to die, already dead, or they're fine until you get to them. So I like to keep that hidden, those rolls, for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree there, but, you know, I'm just thinking of cool props.
Yeah. I mean, I do love a good dice tower. I had one, but it melted. I left it in the sun.
Was that the one that was attached to your...
Yeah,
what?
It melted.
How? What did you make it out of?
It was resin, but I don't think I'd cured the resin properly, and it was before I had my filament printer. So it was a design that was designed to be done with a filament printer. So I think the resin in the center couldn't cure. And it was before I really knew how to print properly as well. So I'd made a lot of like rookie mistakes and stuff like that. So it didn't go well, and it kind of melted, and there's resin all over my windowsill over there. It's great.
I mean, Couch in the chat has put, he would really love a HUD system like a video game. Sort of VTT, but more like an RPG or MMORPG team screen.
That could be quite cool.
It could be. I mean, it could be, because there are apps out there which use augmented reality, you know, because we've covered a couple of them.
Yeah.
So potentially that could work. But again, I'm kind of leaning more and more towards taking technology away. As opposed to kind of bringing it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Eric says Solasta. That's not the one we looked at. I can't remember the name of the one we looked at.
Yeah, I can't remember what we looked at either. It was a while ago, and we weren't sold.
I wasn't very complimentary.
Yeah. Neither of us were, which is why I think we've forgotten what it was called.
Yeah, but so I'll have to check out that Solasta, to be fair. I'm just trying to think of another prop.
Yeah, I mean,
this is one that I can't claim I can't claim this idea, but this is one that I read ages ago about putting a dead character's sheet into a confetti cannon. That is something that I would definitely do.
Or just have like have a shredder next to you, and like on that final death save when he fails, you just take the. Can I have your sheet? And just.
No, you have a shredder and you have it under like a clothesline.
Yeah.
On a piece of string, and
you have three pegs on it, and just undo a peg.
That was a bit closer.
Yeah,
that was a bit closer. And whoops.
Yeah, I like it.
That's it. We are bringing shredders.
Just gonna go build something real quick.
I'm just gonna go onto Amazon and see how much a shredder is.
I think you can get them pretty cheap now.
Oh yeah, they're giving them away.
Yeah.
You know, even if you kind of went to like a...
Tell everyone to bring a backup character ready for the next meetup.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do that anyway. Like, your character's going to die. Like, even in Pathfinder on yesterday, they were talking about buying, they did a bit of a shopping thing. Oh, we're going to buy this, we're going to buy that. And I'm going, ain't going to matter.
Wasting your money.
You're wasting your money. You can't take it with you.
But yeah, no, I think actually like that's something else that I've seen that's pretty cool is like potion bottles with the dice for the different potion types in them, so that when you drink a potion, you just uncork it and pour the dice out, and that's your healing. Those are quite cool.
Those are quite cute. It is a little, a little touch that people have. And I do like those. I'm just trying to think of weird and wonderful things. I mean, not necessarily to make this game, not necessarily a quality of life improvement.
Just things that are nice to have.
I think a good GM screen, which I'm now kind of looking at because the one I've got is getting to end of life.
Yeah.
So I'm looking about possibly updating my GM screen.
Well, I built mine. It was fun.
I did contemplate building my own.
It's a lot of fun, man. Because you get everything you want. But
I'm too busy building a podcast to be fair.
True.
That's where a lot of my time is going now. I'm trying to build a brand.
We have a brand. It's two idiots that waffle on.
So guys, just check out some new merch that we've got. It's all in our merch store. Feel free.
It looks so good, man.
But anyway, I think we've pretty much.
I think that about sums it up. Yeah, I think that about sums it all up.
And I think that pretty much sums up the episode for today, don't you?
I think so. Yeah. I think it does.
So you want to thank Andrea and Raina for sending in their submissions for the notice board.
Yes.
Check out Sake. Check out D.U.M.B Squad and the rest of print and play offerings, as well as Galactic Omnivore. There's so much cool shit going on. This is the golden. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a fan of this hobby. There's so much going on, man. Also, thank you to Couch and the rest of our collaborators who send us in these topics for the lounge week in, week out. Without you, the show would be shorter.
It would. It'd be a lot shorter.
Also, thanks to everyone who popped by the chat to say hello today. It means a lot to us, means the world to us. We love you guys. And thank you to you, Justin, for spending some time with me today. Do you want to tell people whereabouts they can find you on Tinterwebs?
Of course. So I'm most places at Justin Accurate TV, and also on the Facebook group and in the Discord as well.
Okay, as for me, you can find me personally at Natural1 at dice.camp. I don't know why I said that, because you can pretty much also find me personally behind our social media accounts. Too Legit to Create on Threads primarily, but also on Blue Sky, on Instagram, as well as our Facebook group, in our Discord. You're going to pretty much be talking to me. So if anything bad is said, it's not Justin, it's me. That's it. I mean, just John's a wanker, and it's absolutely fine. But yeah, we do get involved. We get involved with the community. We love this world of Titaripagas, and it's the communities that embraced us, and we love it. So if you like what you hear and see, and you like what we talk about, and you want us to do more of it, let's grow and help us do that. And you can do that by subscribing, by telling your friends, by interacting with us. That's how we're going to grow. That's how we're going to be able to reach more people and build this community, which is just been so great to us. And most importantly of all, thank you to every one of you who spent valuable time out of their day listening to two idiots waffle on about tabletop role-playing games. Thank you very much. Good night.